We live in a twilight world. Let's do Attack of the Drones Part 2. Yeah, with all this drone business sending the world bonkers, which is pretty much a thing that happens every other week now in this fourth wall industrial revolution, right? It seems like, yes, every week or every other week there's a new thing that sends both the alternative media and the mainstream, the truthers and the normies, they all go bonkers, right? And this time it's drones. And just to be clear and honest with everyone, I have not seen anything in the sky as of yet at this particular moment. I've seen stuff in the past, which I'll talk about, and I've done videos about before, some very strange technology. And I'm not completely ruling out the significance of, well, put it what I call the ghost ships, yeah? Ships that have very, very advanced technology and that the hidden hand uses to help them pull off all of these illusion operations. But we'll get to that later on, okay? Let's talk about this. So from what I've been hearing, as you can see in the picture here, some people are saying that they're just regular propellered drones, yeah? And they have all the correct federal aviation approved lighting systems on them to keep them safe, right? That's what I've heard some people. Other people I've heard say the complete opposite, that they look very strange and very alien and the way they move is not mechanical and they don't have propellers. Like I said, I've seen nothing. As per usual, wherever I am, nothing is happening. Yeah, and I'm keeping my eye on the sky day in, day out. And I always have been, really, ever since about 2019, I've had a calling to look up to the sky. But at this moment in time, I don't really feel any kind of urge to look at the sky. It's mainly happening in America. I've heard now it's happening a few other places like Argentina. That's still technically the Americas. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to do little, very short videos because some people I don't think really watch these longer videos. But if I do if I put it all together in a 40-minute video, people are not really into that, you know. They might watch the first 20 minutes, but they don't really watch the whole way through. So I think these little shorter videos are better. So anyway, let's get to it. Now, what does this remind you of? This is very similar to what happened last year. Or was it the year before? I can't really remember. But the Chinese spy balloon. Yeah, another illusion operation that sent a lot of America and the world bonkers. Yeah, all they did was have this balloon fly slowly across America. I can't remember whether it went from east to west or west to east. But, you know, it just slowly drifted across America. And, yeah, man, it sent people bonkers. But the whole point was obviously people would rush outside and take photos of it for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, this is the real Project Bluebeam. Yeah, also known as the TikTok War, also known as the Fourth Wall Industrial Revolution. They want to harvest your energy, harvest your data, gather intelligence on you, monitor you, track you, all of your own free will by you partaking within, or participating within, I should say, the illusion. Yeah, being a part of it, yeah. The real Project Bluebeam, the real TikTok War. Running outside and filming the theatricality. Now, if we look at this fucking balloon, what a joke it is. I mean, really, in regards to materials, how much does that thing cost? Yeah, it's a balloon, and what's that? A bunch of scaffolding underneath. Yeah, just regular scaffolding. They've welded a few black panels onto it to make it look like it's some sort of spy balloon, as they say. But yeah, man, that's about, what, 10 grand's worth of metal there. A couple of welders and engineers could have whipped that up in a day, one day. And that's all it took. This very simplistic illusion operation, flying about 10 grand's worth of metal on a balloon across America, sent them bonkers. And God knows how many, how much energy, how much loosh was harvested from this very simple event and people partaking in the illusion, the participation mystique. everyone running outside, and a lot of people panicking, a lot of people thinking this was it, that the Chinese were finally attacking. But no, I would have put this down to a the Ghost Legion, as I call them, the League of Shadows, this clandestine kind of force that works well above the military. Most people in the military have no idea about this kind of this stuff, and a lot of them are victim to it. So no one in the Air Force would have known about this. No one in NORAD would have known about this. No one in the Pentagon would have known about this. The whole reason those sinister beings behind the British Empire created the USA is they wanted, an English-speaking superstate, and they also wanted a very large military to take on the kind of dog's body work that the British Empire used to do as they've gone up to more of an intelligence espionage level. But they created the US military to essentially be the one that's always getting the prank played on them, the mark, if you will. If we're talking like the con game or a stage magician, you have a mark and the trick is played upon that mark. The United States, and I know I've got a lot of American listeners that don't like hearing this, but it was created, they call it the big experiment, right? That's the nickname for the United States, the experiment. And the experiment is this kind of stuff, right? Constantly playing tricks and illusions upon that nation and them always being kind of a victim to it, right? A better name would be the United States of Illusion. Yeah, because a lot of this stuff happens there. And, yeah, man. Things like NORAD, NORAD... When they finally set up NORAD, I don't know if people know this, but they challenged the Royal Air Force, the British Air Force, to try and nuke the USA, simulated nuke, but do a nuclear attack on the USA. And both times the RAF did that, right? And I put it to you that within the mechanisms of NORAD, which is their, controlling their airspace and supposedly protects the United States from air attack and nuclear attack and missile attack, that Skynet, the British intelligence satellite network systems, can override NORAD. And, although the Americans were essentially challenging the British Air Force, the Royal Air Force, to do this simulation, I think the British Air Force were also checking that they had the upper hand on anything America has. Okay, on to the next picture, something I talk about a lot, smoke and mirrors. Obviously, this is a term that's used in stage magician craft. Yeah, the stage magicians and their way of using deception to create illusion on the stage. Yeah, smoke and mirrors. Now, I'm saying out here, in regards to illusion warfare, when it incorporates the masses, yeah, the smoke and mirrors, the mirror is the black mirror, yeah? Your smartphone device, it could be a handheld camera, it could be an action camera. That's the mirror, yeah? That's the black mirror. So the smoke would be the theatrical event they do in the distance deliberately, so you or the masses then record it on their black mirror and put it out there onto TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, whatever, right? Yeah, they put it onto the internet, the ginternet, right? This is what I'm talking about when I talk about smoke and mirrors. So, in war zones, what they'll do is they'll clear out an area. The military will be given the role of clearing the area. Yeah, the military people on the ground, they're not in on this. They're just doing what they're told. So they'll be told to clear out an area. The hidden hand has technology such as light detection and ranging. They can tell a building is completely empty, no life in it, and no one's around it, and then they'll strike it. They'll do an artillery strike or an airstrike on that building. They'll smash that building to the ground. It'll be in the distance. It will make a big, tower of smoke, a column of smoke going up in the sky. People in the street then film it, and then unknowingly, these citizen journalists or these TikTokers are participating within the illusion, and they're now spreading the propaganda campaign. So when someone like me comes along and says, yeah, that war in that war in the Middle East right now that's being controlled and engineered by one entity, one hidden hand, they'll obviously think I'm insane because they've then gone and checked things like Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and seen 101 different videos coming from people of the public. Yeah? It's not coming from CNN, it's not coming from BBC. So therefore they think that this, what they call open source intelligence, therefore makes it more real, because the little granny that's filming this for TikTok, yeah, she doesn't work for CNN, she doesn't work for the BBC, she doesn't work for ABC, she doesn't work for Sky News. So how can she be on it? But that's not the point, is it? Yeah, it's an illusion operation. Yeah, theatre on the street creates theatre within the mind, and so on and so on. And this is what I talk about with illusion warfare. Yeah, the purpose of the illusion is to manifest an actual response, right? It's all about using that illusion to trigger the first domino, and then, it snowballs, right? It snowballs. It gets more energy, more attention, more energy, more attention. And then people kind of believe in what they're seeing on the Black Mirrors, and then they participate in it. So yeah, this time round, the smoke this time round is the drones in the sky, yeah? They're just flying drones around, and it's doing the same effect. We live in the twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.